arranged for your former colleague to have a retrial. However, this trial is a farce.
Hello everyone, welcome back. We're at it again.
We're getting it.
Oh, and of course the Discord overlay thing is going to break again because that's just typical. Refresh the cache. And then go double check that it's actually logged in because it's probably not, and I know it certainly isn't.
It's amazing I have no notes at all.
Shabingus.
Oh my god, this thing is so broken. It's so wild how many of these things break and how frequently. Still broken? What the fuck? What's going on? Something has gone horribly wrong with the Fujitech server.
Yay.
Error 500. Lovely.
Nah, I take error 400 or less.
No, I love that shit just fucking breaks this much. It's actually kind of wild when you think about it. When you really, put the time into thinking about it. Anyways. Alright, I am going to switch to my crew chief build, and I'm going to switch my crew chief's build to the proper gun, and then fix the fucking scope I have on it, because it's bad. Actually, which scope do I have on this one? I have, that one, the hourglass, okay. I'm gonna put the middle finger as my crosshair. That's perfect.
Iconic.
All right, we should be good to go. Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's hit it.
I'm down.
Oh, I didn't share the stream on Twitter, on the twatter.
On the Twitter.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
fucking lot of ammo.
A lot of ammo? You need so much ammo?
Oh my.
Lock and load, you bitch.
Lock and load.
Okay, ready up, y'all? Ow. I still can't believe they're releasing Metroid Prime Nuts and Bolts later this year.
Dude, fucking wild.
Metroid Prime Nuts and Bolts, Metroid Prime 5 canceled. Shin Megami Tensei Pokemon.
I'm honestly kind of shocked that, like, they managed to make an open world game for Switch 2 that looks even more barren than Scarlet and Violet.
I mean,
That's impressive.
we already have the best game coming out. Animal Poke Crossing starring Ditto.
Yeah, I saw that. It makes me fucking violently mad.
Why is the hand so big? That's my main
You
concern.
got caught Animal Crossing. Just keep updating it. Like, what are you doing?
No, you're gonna get Pokemon Animal Crossing. You're gonna like it. You're gonna have a Pichu, and Pichu's gonna complain that you don't have enough marble columns.
Watch them make some new updates for Animal Crossing New Horizons, but they're Switch 2 exclusive.
They fucking would, too.
They fucking would, too. I also, can I just say, it's kind of weird that, like, Nintendo has had such a strange fetish for motorcycles since, like, the Wii era. Like, I
It's a lot.
only just noticed it, but, like, Mario Kart Wii added motorcycles. They had fucking Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild that has a motorcycle, strangely. And then they added Link to Mario Kart, but didn't give him the motorcycle from Breath of the Wild.
Damn it.
What happened?
I'm just trying to get a Gunner, and like, everyone keeps dying.
Sorry.
Oh. Ow, what the fuck? I didn't realize there was a guy behind me. Oh, there's a dozer right there. That would do it. And there's a cloaker. Love it.
Okay, hold on. Can I...
Fuck.
Okay, I guess it's... Okay, okay, hold on. There's also a fucking turret up, too. Yeah. Okay, I gotta go now.
Okay, I gotta go away from this turret.
Do you still need Gooners?
I
just
need
got
one.
one.
Oh,
Okay,
This
there's
one?
one back here for you. Oh,
Yeah, we're way over here now. There we go.
yeah, it's that fucking turret that's getting you, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, if you turn the corner, you'll be fine.
Also, why is my aim down sight so slow? I thought I was on my Graze build. Am I not? No, I'm definitely on a Graze build. Why is my aim down sight so slow? Fuck. It's the scope? I don't have this problem normally.
So did you...
Oh. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Putting out an ammo bag real quick.
It's very strange. Also, welcome to the chat, Drip Form. Boop.
Red SPI there.
Ooh, nailed that one. There we go. Guess we're doing slow scoping today. That's just what it's gonna be. Okay. It's cooling down a little bit. But it's also really warm in my room. Gotta love that.
Oof.
Oh, I left my fan in my window. That's a problem. I knew I forgot something when I got out of bed this morning.
Okay, there's a turret that's gonna pop up. Nope.
Oh god. Excuse me while I miss every shot. Oh.
Ooh.
That guy's dead. Dozer over there. Oh. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna go grab the ticket and get us in here.
Ooh.
Two more dozers? Damn. Okay, one's down.
He's dead.
Okay, come on down, Salva. Oh, I meant to check the, yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do now. It's all good. Oh, that's a civilian. Yep, there's a cultist statue. I'll grab that. You think that Kirk assassination has pretty much distracted everyone from the Epstein thing? I don't think it's super likely they're going to release much more now that everyone is focused on something else. Potentially, but it almost plays into it. I've got to keep the ultimately I've got to keep the conversation alive as best as I can, and the thing is that it does kind of tie in, because at the same time we're also like a lot of this is coming down to better government transparency. I'm cloakered. And the stuff with the shooter in the Charlie Kirk assassination is like, there's a lot of like lies around it. There's a lot of concealment going on, and that needs to stop as well. Whew. Got a brief flash of Stephen Miller there.
Yeah, and regardless, Charlie Kirk's murder should not have anything to do with whether or not the files are released. Like,
well, and there's going to be distraction tactics. Like, regardless of what happens in the nation and in the world, there's going to be distraction tactics. I mean, hell, there's people trying to say, like, oh, we shouldn't even pay attention to the Charlie Kirk assassination because some Palestinian people just got killed. And it's like, it goes back to the sort of the stance I've had on like activism for a long time, where people will get mad at you for not caring about certain, causes. And it's like, I can't care about everything at once. And as it stands, it's like there's so much going on in the U.S. right now. That's what I'm kind of focused on. I mean, we have violence on our own soil right now, and if we can help, if we can't fix our own shit, how the hell are we going to help anyone else?
Yeah, and I mean, also, they aren't mutually exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you?
I'm behind the car.
There we go.
Oh, there's a fucking dozer.
Yeah, they are mutually exclusive. Being horrified that you saw a video of someone getting fucking shot in the neck can be just as traumatic as seeing a video of a fucking Palestinian child scooping up the remains of their fucking loved ones. Like, they are not mutually exclusive. You can find both of them horrific, and both of them are bad.
Yeah, well, but that's just like stupid Twitter people, right? That's gonna do that shit. Yeah. It's like, yeah.
Oh, who's punching me? Stop.
It isn't going to affect the release, but it is distracting from them now that people aren't constantly screaming to release the files since they are distracted. The Trump admin is going to utilize this distraction to sweep those files under the rug. Absolutely, absolutely. Come on down here, Salva, if you can. I'll try to help you. Oh god, it's a little hairy out here. Oh damn. But yeah, like, and that was like the thing with like the birthday book too. I'm not sure if they're gonna be trying to like, because they're trying to be careful about that one, because it's like, oh well, it's a very unique leather bound book. It's pretty easy to distinguish from all the other things in the files. They're worried that someone's gonna try and take it. It's gonna get, it's gonna disappear during the transfer to Congress and all that. And yeah, Trump's using every distraction tactic he possibly can to try and get away from this shit.
Yeah. It's pretty bad. But surprisingly enough, you still have people like Marjorie Taylor Greene still spoke out about. I haven't heard her say anything about Charlie Kirk, but
yeah, no idea her stance on any of that. I would assume she's probably fucked up over. Oh, you cut out there, Cass.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, whoops. And yeah, I assume so too. I'm gonna try to get this woman.
Okay, I should have switched builds.
Oh my god damn it, man! I had her and then fucking Hoxton shot her. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Hoxton? What? You have a pistol. What the fuck, dude?
You British piece of shit.
I'm glad your queen went away.
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
The witch, old witch. The wiki witch.
No, I just wish I wish the monarchy would come to an end, because that doesn't need to exist anymore. It's pretty irrelevant.
No.
And it's been predicated on pretty evil concepts to begin with, so... Oh, there's a key card, finally. There's another one over here.
The only good king's the Burger King. But then they took him away because he was too creepy.
Well, yeah, he wasn't that good of a king, to be honest.
He just would stare at you while you're eating Burger King.
There's a gooner over here for you, Salva.
I already got one.
Okay. Then Dakota, do you still need one?
I'll take one.
Here you go. She's right here in this corner here.
Yoink! There we go. Oop. I hear a bulldozer coming around the corner here. He is rolling up.
Right there.
Oh! I shot that civilian in the back of the face. Oh, god damn it.
Well, oh, I got Giuliani.
We gotta forget about the law.
That was exactly the one that played.
Hell yes. It's my favorite one, actually.
It's so good.
JD Vance got me.
But yeah, and I mean, there are lots of like conspiracy theories and stuff about this shooter. Like Dakota and I were talking a little bit about it last night. But you know, before I like take you know, too much stock in what these theories have to say, I need to do a bit more research on it, because I like the thing I mentioned about like Trump and Netanyahu posting at the same time. I need to double check that, because I don't know if that probably isn't true.
Yeah.
It probably was photoshopped.
All I really know about the situation with the Charlie Kirk stuff is that this is a decisive moment that people are actually picking sides now.
Yeah, I mean,
What are you picking sides now?
well, I mean, it's like it's that like people are finally starting to stand up against some of the really extreme rhetoric that's been like evolving over the past few years.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always been some level of pushback, but now it's like people are actually getting fired for celebrating the death of someone, which I think is probably fair. I mean, I think it's kind of ridiculous to celebrate the death of anybody in any serious way, or to glorify political violence in any way. I think that's what's ironic is to have somebody say they're like anti-fascist and have all this anti-fascist rhetoric that they spout, and then go and kill someone that they disagree with.
Yeah.
That's exactly what a fascist would do. That's what are you talking about?
It really is ironic. But then I'm also a little bit frustrated too, because like there's a video of his widow basically stirring the pot too. And it's
oh, really? What did she say?
Yep.
Well, she just was like, these people who killed my husband, even though this was already after there was one shooter found, you guys will pay, basically. And it's like, I understand losing a loved one is really horrible, but I don't remember Loretta Scott King, or whatever her name was, basically fueling that fire. I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, saying they will pay, I mean, I gotta have more context than that, because saying that could just mean they need to face justice, like the normal way of the justice system doing its job for once. But I hear a sniper down there. There it is. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm getting calls. People know I'm streaming.
Really?
Yeah. She called me again. Oh my god. Okay. You have to give me a second here.
Yeah, do you want me to cover you while you take care of this?
Yeah, I'm just gonna text her.
Okay. I'll protect you, my lady.
Thanks. But yeah, so yeah, like it is like a bad look for the Democratic Party, or just leftists in general. Anyone who's, you know, liberal or leftist is gonna look pretty bad because of this. And that's ultimately kind of the problem I have with it. More like is like you're martyring someone. You're making your whole party look bad. You're not helping your cause. You're just not. It's frustrating that people don't understand martyrdom. I mean, the guy was 22. If he really is the shooter, I mean, he's 22. Of course, he's not gonna fucking understand that shit. Or maybe he doesn't care. But yeah, it's like. It's weird that the left would paint the right as, you know, the violent fascists for so long, and then suddenly it's a leftist who does the killing. Not a good look.
Yeah, and then I'm seeing shit about like, oh, his girlfriend was trans too, and I'm just like, that part I don't know for sure about, but it's like I just worry.
What does it
because, like,
matter?
Exactly.
Yeah, what does it matter? Like, has nothing to do with being trans or anything like that, I don't think. I mean, maybe he was mad because Charlie Kirk was probably said some stuff about trans people he didn't like. I mean, if that's the case, I mean, maybe. But I don't know. I don't know fucking anything about Charlie Kirk's rhetoric, really.
All I know about his rhetoric is that he is basically like pro-traditional family, pro-traditional values, pro-Christianity, and very strong to his faith. So, kind of going with those lines, I did see like a couple of clips like in passing every now and then before everything went down, like of him just like having debates with people and all that. And people need to understand, the clips you see online aren't the full videos.
Right.
He has good conversations with people on occasion. It just stuff happens that the ones that are more like people that are like more, you know, erratic are the ones that get more views.
Yeah.
He's playing the algorithm.
Yeah, exactly. I will be right back, guys. This is really weird, but I gotta go downstairs really quick.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Sweetie Cat, you're right. Like, it's just a really fucking bad situation. Like, though I do have to say, like, because I mean, I'm not agreeing with fucking killing this dude at all, but like, why is he like? I don't understand why he was given basically like the same treatment that Congresswoman should have been treated when she was fucking murdered in her own home. Like, flags at half-mast,
Murder them.
fucking flown back and stuff. Like, whoa, where are you? Dude, we're not in that room at all.
I'm back.
But yeah, I just find it, welcome back. I just find it really weird to like treat him like he was a politician who was murdered or assassinated when he was just, you know,
Like you're trying to hox him.
Okay. Yeah, I just find that part like a little bit weird. Like,
But killing
Yeah,
a political
well, not
activist is pretty fucked up.
yeah, I mean,
It doesn't matter if he was a politician or not, because, like, think about other politicians, or sorry, other political activists who've been killed who were not politicians. Martin Luther King.
Yep.
Gandhi.
Was he killed?
Gandhi was a pedophile too, so
I mean, yeah, but
I don't want to put him on that.
he was a political activist against the British Parliament. When he died, he makes over the British royals, but
Yeah, I'm.
no, but what I'm saying is that. But what I'm saying is that after he died, whether it was because I don't think he was killed. I think he just died of old age. They gave him a fucking huge ass procession and shit, fit for a fucking politician or a king.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, he did kick the British out. That's kind of
That's pretty base. That's one base thing he did.
pretty lit, yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like there's a little bit of like a weird double standard because, you know, he's treated like a hero, being flown back on Air Force 2 and stuff, and flags are at half-mast, but there was almost nothing done when that other congresswoman was assassinated in her own home. It just feels weird.
Yeah, and I think you've got a point, Speedy Cat. I think that like Kirk didn't strike me as like being a full-on, you know, right-wing extremist. I don't really know. Like I said, I don't really know much about him. The few things I've seen from him were pretty reasonable takes, And yeah, he was open to hearing other people's opinions, which is not an extremist thing at all, left or right. It's not an extremist stance to have, is to be open to other people's opinions and letting other people speak. He wasn't. It's not, and he wasn't like, because we've seen our fair share of, like, you know, debate nerds since, you know, the 2016 election kind of stirred everyone into political frenzy for the past 10 years, almost 10 years, but like, he's not like a lot of the other debate nerds that we've had in the past. Like, I would say, like, Milo Yiannopoulos, Steven Crowder, who are more provocateur than they were, you know, actually trying to open up discussion and debate. Granted, they did sometimes, you know, work alongside people who were a lot more tame and chilled out, like Christina Hoff Sommers or someone like that. But it wasn't the only thing.
Yeah.
And Charlie Kirk largely seemed to be on his own. I think he had like a show, I guess, too. But
yeah, well, because like I think he had a show on the Daily Wire because he was the founder of Charlie Kirk USA. But it's also like with like Steven Crowder, you know, like he was quick to fucking shut down a conversation when he was clearly being outwitted. And I don't think. Okay, the captain's here. Goddamn.
Okay, tell shut up.
Yeah, and I don't remember hearing Charlie Kirk do that kind of shit. It feels like he wanted to actually have a genuine conversation, unlike Crowder, who just wanted to fucking taunt college kids and also verbally abuse his wife, I guess.
That's basically it, yeah, for him.
Woo! Got him.
Oh, yep, they're right here. They're right here. Lol.
Oh!
I forgot they were coming in. Here. Come on, fire.
Yeah. Yeah, and Speedy Cax says the same thing, Cass, is that he doesn't think, or they don't think Charlie Kirk's intentions were to provoke people, which I agree with. Because Charlie Kirk has never really been much on my radar at all. Like, I never really thought about him before, because it's like, he wasn't out there saying provocative or like, provocative in like a negative way. Some people might consider it provocative, but it's not, that wasn't like the way he framed any of it seemed like. So you were getting viral fucking clips going around of him saying something completely outrageous. People had to kind of stretch to make some of his statements as bad as people claim they are. Like, you know, saying, "Oh, we just got to accept that there's going to be there's going to be people dying from gun violence if in order to protect the Second Amendment." It's like, that's not really what he was saying there. It was a little bit more nuanced than that. Actually, quite a bit more nuanced than that. Like, I think the analogy he made was pretty apt. Oh, I gotta update the Cash Patel counter because we just beat him.
There will be accountability.
Oh,
got him.
Thank you.
I'm gonna scare the hell out of you.
Well, and also, you know, oh god, there was something else I was gonna say. And it's like, well, because, like, you know, I don't agree with a lot of the shit he has to say, because it was very, like, from what I can understand, you know, he was into a traditional marriage. I don't think he believed in allowing gays to be married. I don't know his full stance on that. And obviously that's the kind of that is stuff I disagree with, but and I staunchly disagree with it. But
yeah, you filthy gay.
Yeah, but you can disagree on that stuff, and it's like you have people who are like, no, you can disagree. But like, one thing I keep saying, and it's just so dumb. It's like, oh yeah, we can disagree on pizza toppings, not human rights and stuff. And it's like, I mean, sure, yes, but also.
Also what?
You know, I don't know. Oh, did I cut out?
I think you did, yeah.
Damn it. Okay, what was the last thing you heard?
We could disagree on pizza toppings, but not human rights, something, and then started to cut out after that.
Yeah, and that's like a common thing I'm hearing a lot about. And it's like, sure, I guess, like, I mean, in the most broadest terms, sure, but also, like, I don't feel like he was saying really. It's not like that one Jubilee clip of that guy literally saying he was a fascist and saying he was into autocracy. This is not like they're treating him like that guy when I don't think he's trying to actually actively take away someone's rights. I mean, also calling him racist, yet one of his best friends was Candace Owens, who is a black woman. Racist and sexist, saying he's racist and sexist, but he's friends with Candace Owens. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, and I don't know. It's like the whole you get a lot of like buzz, like catchphrases like that of like, oh, we can disagree on a piece of topics, not human rights.
Yeah.
Because people like to have, you know, catchy phrases that are easy to memorize and repeat. And it's just it's disingenuous, and it also it oversimplifies complicated and nuanced topics. Because human rights is a complicated, nuanced topic. It's not just black or white. This should be a human right. This shouldn't be, per se. In some cases, I think, sure, but there's a lot of things that people are still actively debating in the highest levels of legislation across the world as to what is and isn't a human right. Like, it's just such a strange take, I think. And then Speedy Cat says his beliefs are unconventional, but the problem is both political sides. Moderates no longer exist in wide form. To the left, anything right of center is fascist and Nazi propaganda, and to the right, anything left of center is communist dribble. That's pretty true. I mean, because that's the thing is like, my own family can't even place my political spectrum positioning. My people that I live with don't even understand my political standing. I'm fairly certain they both think I'm right wing, which I'm not.
No.
And I know I have friends on the left, I have friends on the right, and at the end of it all, I have a lot of I've had a lot of people in my life who they don't like me because I call myself, you know, left of center. I'm very close to center, but I'm left of center. People don't want me on the left because I'm pro-gun, which I absolutely am. I'll say it here unabashedly on camera. I am pro-gun. And that makes right people love when I say that. But then when the moment I tell them that I'm also pro-choice, well, they hate that too.
That's the problem.
Yeah, so the right wing doesn't like me. The left wing doesn't like me. I'm not allowed to be in the middle. I have to pick a side, and I just don't care. I have my core beliefs that I everything I do I live by those core beliefs, and it guides all of my thinking, how I analyze ongoing events in the world and stuff. And so many people don't have like a proper, consistent core belief system, and I think that's a huge, huge problem. Yeah, and I'm not going to agree with a lot of people on a lot of different topics, but I'm not going to take away their right to discuss them, or try to silence them in any way, or tell them that they're a bad person for saying that they believe something that I disagree with. I'll call things for what I see them as. Like people who say they're pro-life, for example, they're not pro-life. They've never been pro-life. It's a misnomer. It's fine if they're anti-abortion, but call it what it is. It's anti-abortion, and that's fine. If that's your belief, that's your belief. You're not pro-life. You're not out here to support the children that are being born out of wedlock or into situations that they aren't going to have a good life in. Generally speaking, people who say they're pro-life, they're not pro-life. It's just a misnomer. But I do have friends who are pro-life. I have friends who are pro-choice, and the reason that they're my friends is because they don't force those choices on me, and that's it.
Well, it's like how I was telling you last night off stream how I feel like I've had to do a lot of fucking decoding. And I hate calling it that because it's because like, okay, so for people who don't know, I grew up in a very, very, very liberal area. And, you know, growing up and stuff, like, when I was a kid, let's say, like if I was, like, a fucking junior high or high schooler and I heard that Charlie Kirk had died, I probably would have been celebrating because everybody else would have been celebrating. And so when you grow up in a bubble like that, you think, you know, oh, this guy totally was a fascist. He was a gay hater. He was this, he was that. He was all this stuff. He was like transphobic. He was a white supremacist and stuff. And it's like, you know, comparing him to like, I can't remember his name. He's that fucking actual Nazi who like got punched during an interview. Like a legitimate Nazi. I can't remember his name.
I can't remember.
Some white dude.
Guy that he's a white nationalist or whatever.
Yeah, like actual white nationalist. Had like he was like talking about like his Pepe pen before he got punched in the face, and it's like, you know, I would have grouped Charlie Kirk and that guy in the same fucking group, even though they're completely fucking different. That other dude would not have fucking toured around the U.S. with Candace Owens. He would not be caught dead talking to Candace Owens. You know why? Because he's a fucking white nationalist. Mm-hmm. He's an actual fucking, like, racist. Like, legitimate racist. You know, and wanting to fucking, like, take the U.S. back or whatever fucking weird, like, rhetoric that like the actual KKK is spouting or whatever. But it's like, you know, I've had like, and even now I still have like weird, you know, like I have a thought and I'm like, then I have to kind of sit with it for a second and then be like, wait, that's kind of, do I actually believe that, or is that just kind of what I'm used to hearing?
Yeah, let's see. Everybody can take this as an example that when you meet a girl and she's like really left leaning and stuff and like just everything's sexist, everything's racist, you can fix her. I'm sorry, I had to take the opportunity to make the meme.
I was like, dude, I really don't think I was that bad when you met me. Oh my god.
No, you weren't.
No. But it was like around that same time, or like a few years earlier, when I like started to kind of actually open up and want to listen to both sides, because a lot of people that I was surrounding myself with would not deign to hear any opposing stuff, because it would be like fucking listening to like the Necronomicon on fucking Audible or something. It's tainted knowledge, you know. Mm-hmm. And it's hard because, you know, growing up with that and living in that bubble, like, and not really realizing just how deeply ingrained in that bubble you were until you like start to branch out and things like that. It's hard. It's a hard thing to really face. Mm-hmm. And you know, now I'm much more center than I was before. Like, I'm a lot less anti-gun as I was before. Like, but that being said, you know, potentially more regulation on guns would be cool. Just because I don't want to grow up, and I don't want like my kids to grow up, you know, world where they're scared to go to school. Like, I want something to change in that way. But also, you know, but also I've you know, I've been to a gun range. I have family who own guns. Like, my dad owns guns, and I'm a lot more open to them. Would I want to own an actual gun myself? I don't know. I don't think so, personally. But
Yeah.
would I want to take away guns from my neighbor? Unless they're a complete psycho who doesn't pass a background check? No. That's whatever.
Yeah, well, and that's one thing is, like, I like to ask people what they think the most important human right is. And and their answer can tell me a lot about them, because a lot of people will say, like, oh, well, it's got to be like something that we don't currently see as a human right, like food or shelter or something like that, which is an absurd take. I don't think the government should be responsible for the very things that allow us to sustain life. They shouldn't be the sole provider of stuff like that. I think that's absurd. But the but if someone says what I believe is the most important human right, like,
Ooh, whoops. That's all.
it's free speech. I think it's free. I think it should always be free speech. That's the most important right. But free speech can't exist in a vacuum. It can't exist on its own. It has to be protected by something, and that's where the Second Amendment comes in. Owning guns is a huge part of that. And Speedy Cat, I do like what you're saying there too. With, like, the problem is that regulation only works when it's enforced. We have something like 22,000 gun laws. If they were enforced, a lot of the problems with guns would be severely reduced. Most likely. I mean, how many times has there been a shooter in the past, decade, where the FBI was aware of the person before they did anything, but didn't do anything about it?
Yep.
And what's the reason?
All the time.
Is it because they is it because they couldn't make a move, or because they refused to? All right, jump out of the plane. I wonder what kind of trickery they used to make this level work.
Right? This is awesome. This is definitely one of my favorites.
This is a good time.
Mm. Well, and it's like, if you ask me that question of, like, what I think an important, like, however you actually phrased it, I can't remember.
What the most important human right is?
Yeah, for me, it's I think a mixture of two things. It's freedom of speech and the freedom to your own bodily autonomy, to be able to have basically complete ownership of your being, in a way. And I guess it doesn't also include your freedom of speech too, to be fair, but also, like,
to a certain extent, yeah. There's overlap. I would say that's probably a fair take. Like, I would, because that's a thing, right? It's like the freedom to express yourself, the freedom to do with your body as you would please, is also, oddly enough, almost a capitalist idea. And a lot of people don't. But a lot of people don't understand what capitalism actually means as a concept. The whole concept is very simple. It's just individual ownership of the means of production. You own what you produce. That's all capitalism ever really is. Is what we have now really capitalism?
There's a lot of monopolies.
There's a lot of problems with it. There's a lot of problems with how capitalism's warped in the West, but that was an Elder Scrolls joke there. I hope somebody got that one. That was a bit of a deep cut, but
What did you,
The warp in the
what
west.
exactly did you say? The what?
The warp in the west. Yeah, Warp in the West was an event in Elder Scrolls. It's very, very like it is. Like I said, it's a deep cut. That is a very seldom known, sparsely known.
Yeah, I was
fucking.
gonna ask what game was that referenced in?
I believe it was first referenced in Daggerfall. I could be wrong.
Oh, that's probably why. My mom might know it. I don't know it.
Probably not. It seriously is a bit of deep lore. It's some crazy shit that happened. It was a whole event. It was basically a dragon break that happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know the full details. I just know the name of it. German would probably be able to tell you because he always knows this shit.
Oh, yeah.
More than 2/3 of school shootings, the person who commits them have already been displaying mental health issues and other problems for years. It's a systematic failure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Someone compiled a list a while ago. With every last school shooter in the past decade, 83% of them have visible warning signs prior to the action. Of those 83%, 72% received zero help. And that's the thing is what I've always said about gun control is it's treating a symptom. It's treating a symptom, not the disease. So I don't think it does anything on its own. It has to have a little bit more nuance, a little bit more depth than just take them away. You know what I mean? Because that doesn't work. It's just like banning abortions. You can't ban abortions. They exist. All you do by banning something is make it so that people go and get it from a less safe and secure environment or source.
And more likely will die from it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've seen this shit in like the fucking 50s. Like, how many fucking coat hanger abortions led to people dying? And too many.
Mm-hmm.
And now Planned Parenthood is like completely fucking defunded now. Which, by the way, this happened like the day after Charlie Kirk was shot. Just not to get tinfoil hatty, but
Oh yeah, just slip that under the radar.
yeah. There's a lot of things that are really suspicious to me, but you know, and I think that's complete because it's like you're not just banning the abortions that you get from Planned Parenthood, you're also banning the fucking cancer screenings and stuff for one of the most deadliest cancers that people can die from. Well, two of them technically.
This is stupid and off topic, but that reminded me of a joke I heard once of someone said they had cancer, and someone asked them like, "Oh, what kind of cancer? What kind of cancer was it?" And they were like, "Oh, it's the shitty kind." It was like, well, obviously, like what do you mean?
Yes.
What like where was it? And they were like, colon, and I'm like, oh, literally the shitty kind. Oh, that makes sense because it was in the colon.
God damn it.
That's such a good joke. God, like, fuck, man.
This is like a fucking South Park joke. Do you see The Last Thing of Money? I'm not seeing it.
It's probably further out somewhere, because I've been kind of to most of this side of the map, so... Usually it falls pretty close to the initial palette, but not this time. Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah,
I found it.
But yeah, just I don't know, it just pisses me off. Like it's crazy because the only like march I've actually fucking been to or protest I've actually been to was outside the front of a fucking Planned Parenthood. That's the only one, because again, I really believe in a person's fucking bodily autonomy and being able to protect something that helps give impoverished, usually women, but I think men also can benefit a lot from Planned Parenthood because they have all kinds of stuff like STD and cancer screenings and stuff, things that everyone can fucking benefit from. I just The pro-life fucking stuff just fucking boggled my mind, but I don't want to get too controversial on here.
Yeah, I think you're right about that, Speedy. One thing I will give you a little bit of insight on when it comes to mental health and mental health services is mental health services are typically extremely widely misunderstood. Like I've dealt with the mental health field for a long time now, and it wasn't until late last year that I learned some very specifically fucked up things about mental health in our current understanding of it. Because the thing is last year I got diagnosed with something that I don't have. I had to get a second opinion to double check on it because I was very concerned. But I got diagnosed with something that I don't have because I said the wrong things. Because there is, when it comes to a lot of mental health stuff, there is no clear way to test positive or negative for certain. This person has this, and this. Most mental health stuff is either diagnosed behaviorally or because someone came to you and told you how they felt. And that, it's really hard to confirm someone's lived experience if all you can go off of is what they've said about how they feel.
They could be fucking lying about the stuff that they're going through.
Masking happens and intentional cover-ups happen. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cash Patel's back.
He's back around too.
And what makes things so much worse is that I live in Canada. Mental health services are part of the universal health care that we have here. And as a result of that, I would say that the system we have here makes mental health problems worse, not better. There are cases where people get genuine help that they actually need and they improve, but I would say for the most part it makes people worse, not better. And that's just here. I'm not saying that that's how mental health services work in general. I'm just saying because of the way that our social healthcare system works, it's a really bad setup. Because you feel like nobody gives a shit about you because they don't have the time to give a shit about you. You have mental health services here where I live, but how many counseling sessions do you think you get? 6. I mean, you think that's enough? It ain't. And that's counseling too. That's not an actual psychiatrist who's actually going through specific training with you and stuff like that. That's very different.
Mm-hmm.
Mental health specialists are required by federal law if they feel that someone is going to go through with a sincere threat to report it. The problem is the police and government immediately overreact, which scares people who desperately need help away from seeking it. This is probably true too. I think because obviously they are legally required in most places to report stuff where someone is a threat to themselves or someone else.
Yeah. Well, because a lot of those people are mandated reporters.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly how that works for sure.
Yeah.
And law enforcement is not trained to handle that stuff at all.
No. I mean, even with fucking, autistic people, there was a fucking autistic man who was, I guess you would call, what people would call low-functioning autism, was having a fucking meltdown, and he was walking in his own, I think in his own yard with a knife.
Let's go smack up Cash Patel here.
Yes. And he, even though he had cerebral palsy and there was no way he was going to be able to actually jump over the fence he was on, the cops shot him 18 times. And he had
Jesus.
Yeah, but it was I don't know. I feel like it's very clear if you're dealing with someone who has fucking cerebral palsy And even though they have a knife, like, I don't know.
There will be accountability.
It's just hard, you know? Because, like, obviously that kid was not going to hurt anybody. He was in his own yard, or in his backyard or something. And the cops just were not really equipped to fucking deal with that.
Yeah, and Speedy says the problem is if someone goes to seek help with a risk, they are going to get booked into prison and charged with a crime. They aren't going to seek help, and I think that's largely the case. There are exceptions to that, where the reporting the reporting that they go through is that they get like basically put into like some sort of mental ward where they receive like a more intensive care, essentially. But that's also usually not a good thing. Those are not places you want to be. Even if you're someone who is actively trying to seek help, going to one of those places is usually not a good idea, as sad as that is. Not that it's always a bad thing and it always needs to be avoided, but generally speaking, it's not a pleasant place to be, and it can make your situation worse in certain cases, so you have to be very wary of what that's like.
Yeah.
But that's also, of course, if you're lucky enough that people are going to take that pity on you to actually look after you like appropriately, given that you are, you know, you feel you are going to put people at risk, right?
Yeah.
Which may or may not happen the way you want it to, sadly.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's also difficult too, because like finding actually good fucking mental health care is hard for a lot of people who can't afford it. And like for me, someone who came from like a lower middle class to low class like family, with only really one income in the household at the time. I mean, it took me almost 2 years, almost 3 years to find a proper therapist. I fucking went through like social workers who were trying to who basically called me once a week to see how I was doing, and then hooked me up with a fucking psychiatrist who then that psychiatrist ended up being like really bad and like gave me a bunch of meds that I really didn't need, probably to fucking make money off of me. I had one therapist try to fucking Freud me and say that like I didn't have a full personality. It was super weird.
What the fuck?
Dude, it was really... I thought I told you about her.
I think you probably did, but my brain is scrambled, so...
Well, I mean, it happened so long ago. This was like 2020. Like, when I was like in the middle of having like that really bad mental break I was having back in 2020. So a long time ago. But then, you know, I was lucky enough to only take really 2 tries to find a therapist that actually stuck. Not a lot of people have that luck.
Yeah, I keep getting told that people can't help me. It's always a fun time.
Yeah, and that's crazy too, because it's like, oh, you can't like someone who has like that's just so crazy. Like that is a really callous thing to say. If you are not equipped to help someone with certain things, totally. I understand that. Like, you know, my therapist suggested I find someone more specific to help me with my more specific, like, diagnoses that I was then given. But I feel like to straight up say, like, verbatim, I cannot help you, and almost insinuate that you are beyond help is really... You know, no wonder people fucking shoot up schools. Like, that is so demoralizing.
Yeah, it's a pretty crazy thing to get told outright. Like, you know, I don't know how I can help you. Like, you seem like you already got things together. I'm like, I don't feel like I got things together because you know, getting into certain situations cause some serious problems. Like, very quickly. It's actually. It's unsettling. It's disturbing. That's why I'm here. because I'm scared of my own fucking brain. You know,
Yeah.
like, and that's
You
a,
should
that's a
do your
common
job.
sentiment. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't
So
help
you
me,
should-
help direct me to someone who can.
Exactly. That's the main thing. Like, if you cannot help me, your job is to find someone or help me find someone that can help me.
Yeah. Which is a problem that's like even fucking like general practitioners don't even do that shit. Even to this day, they'll just be like, "Oh well, I'm a general practitioner. I can't diagnose this, so I'm just going to give you some pain pills and tell you to go home."
Yeah.
Very common here.
I mean, that's kind of what happened to me, too. That one doctor back in, like, 2019 was like,
All you, Cass.
oh, I'm the driver.
Yeah, you got in the driver's seat.
Oh, this is so cool. I don't know if
Yeah.
I've actually done this one before. I am the captain now.
Salva, it was nice knowing you, homie.
Well,
We have a woman driver. We're gonna die.
Oh, come on. Listen, I am white.
1v1 me Need for Speed. Winner gets to drive again.
Again, the other one gets their fucking left foot blown off.
Like, that's it. Foot removed.
Mm-hmm.
See what I mean? Fucking crashing and shit.
Fucking crashing out.
It's my M1 Garand, you fucking newt.
Yeah, but is it a
Wow.
23 round in one grand? Because that's if not, then what's the point? You know what I'm saying?
It is, I think.
Good.
Hold
Wow.
on. Oh well. I'm trying to reload.
And Speedy says there's an entire side problem where that some people are just mentally broken. Stuff like schizophrenia is extremely difficult to treat, and while medicine exists, that relies on the person to want to take it. Those are tricky situations. They absolutely are. And the problem that isn't being talked about enough when it comes to medication is that there's a lot of people who really hate medications and think medications are a ploy by big pharma to control people, or a ploy to sedate people, that kind of thing, which is that's not the case. They are genuinely there to help. While I think big pharma has obviously tons of its own problems, the reason people feel this way about a lot of medications for mental health problems is because they make you feel like a zombie. You don't feel like a real person. And if that's the case, there's one of two things happening. Either A, you are not on the right treatment for the conditions that you actually suffer from, or B, it's causing you to have a disconnect with your own identity, your own persona. You essentially have this, you fall into this weird hole where your sort of brain chemistry is being rewired so that you can function. Okay, so that you can function a little bit more effectively, but it's not what you're used to at all. You've lived your whole life in the wrong way, essentially. Not that it's your own fault, but it's more that your brain chemistry being atypical in a sense of like having schizophrenia or something means that you've developed habits that you're used to, and this is the way that you're used to your life being and your body working and your own brain working, and now that's all changing and you feel like a stranger in your own body. It's very strange. It's a very like uncomfortable experience. I don't even have it that bad, and yet I know that feeling. It's not good. But it's important to understand where those changes are a good thing and where those changes are a problem that needs to be discussed with your therapist. But
Yeah.
yeah, because like that's the thing is like I sometimes don't feel like myself with some of the drugs that I've had to take over the years, but generally like I've become very aware that I'm much more stable in the sense that even on my worst days, which usually happen in the wintertime, less sunlight I guess, but on my worst days I'm not going to spiral out of control necessarily in the same way that I would not on medications.
Yeah.
But medications also, a lot of people misunderstand, they're not a cure when it comes to mental health. It's again, it's more of a Band-Aid. It helps you deal with some of the difficult brain chemistry stuff while you focus on learning actual coping strategies with a therapist. But the therapist part, I think, is even harder than the medication part, frankly. All right, I think I'm going to end the stream here. I really appreciate you coming around, Speedy. It's always good talking to you. And hopefully we get to get these files out soon. But I mean, I think you're right. It's going to be swept under the rug even harder now that there's a distraction on the news cycle. Oh, I got a hole under here. Nice. That's good.
Yeah, it sucks. But I do think that they're going to try to use this as a big distraction.
Yeah. I just hope it's not a call to arms, because that's not what we need. We don't need more violence.
No.
All right, thank you all so much for watching. We will be back tomorrow to raid the DOJ again. Bye.
Bye-bye.